Hello friends, and welcome back to our homestead. You know, coming home tonight, I started feeling a little tickle in my throat and I said, uh-oh, something is going on. I need to start treating myself to prevent a full-blown cold or flu. I felt something coming on, and you know what I'm talking about. And that is your first line of defense. It's your tonsils that responding as your immune response to fight off whatever pathogen you were exposed to today or earlier this week. So that means I need to intake something to help my natural immune system to do the fighting. And there are a couple of things we can do. And one of them is a homemade tonic, super tonic, that is spicy, that is actually pretty strong, and not everyone likes it, but there's a solution to that. It's called fire cider. So today I'm going to be making my version of fire cider. So let me show you the ingredients and how I'm going to make it. And here are my beautiful ingredients. Well, fire cider requires some very bitter but beautiful anti-inflammatory roots. One of them is ginger, and I have a bunch of beautiful ginger here. I try to buy my ginger organic. Then I have turmeric root, beautiful turmeric roots, also organic. Then these are, don't laugh, these are my horseradish roots. And they're also thin and lengthy because they came from a very young plant and they grow long, beautiful roots. They're very spicy. I washed them and I started like scrubbing them a little bit to peel them, and my eyes started watering right away because that's how strong they are. All right, they're gonna go over here. Then I have a beautiful pile of hot peppers, and my friends, I didn't grow any hot peppers this year, but my friends shared with me some jalapenos, some other very spicy hot peppers, and they're going to be, that capsaicin is going to be important for the immune system itself. There's a little habanero fell in here as well. And I'm not going to measure the ingredients, I'm just going to fill up my jar. All right, also I'm going to be using beautiful onion, and this is homegrown red onion, and red onion has more antioxidants than a white yellow onion, so I'm using red onion. Also, I have a whole head of garlic because let me tell you, antiviral is right here in this little pile. This is antiviral property right here. Then I'm going to be using homegrown beautiful thyme, because thyme, and this is my pile of oregano, also beautiful antiviral, antimicrobial. Look at this beautiful herbal pile, and it smells so good in my kitchen right now. As soon as you touch these volatile plants, the volatile oils release its aroma. And something that I have not done before, I'm going to be adding lemons. And my beautiful friend Jackie said that she puts them in her fire cider, and I will as well. So Jackie, credit goes to you. Because why? Vitamin C, my friends. This is what we need to boost our immune system. Now, something that I do add usually are rose hips, and I have dried rose hips that also very high in vitamin C, and I'm going to be using them as well. All right, what else? Oh, obviously, hey, we're going to need apple cider vinegar, and this is my, let me bring it to the side. Push all of this to the side. Hold on a second. This is my homemade apple cider vinegar with mother. You know the mother that they're talking about? This is the mother. Check this out. No joke. So when they say mother, this is what it is. So it looks a little cloudy on the bottom as well. Why? Because that is the mother, and that's what we need, meaning that it's unpasteurized, raw, beautiful apple cider vinegar that I made last fall, and it's going to be used today as well. All right, so let me put this to the side for now because we're going to use this in a little bit. But everything is going to go into a big jar, and I'm using a big jar because we have a family, and I'm going to make a big batch, so I have enough for the full season. And guess what? The apple cider vinegar is, the fire cider is good for a whole year till the next season. I still have a little bit left from last year, and that's what I'm using right now. But I do know I have to make more. So let's start making more. All of my vegetables here and roots, everything is washed, and most of it is peeled. Some of it I will peel, some of it I will not. Let me just push everything to the side, and I'm gonna start chopping everything up. I'm gonna start by looking at this beautiful ginger. This ginger I purchased from the store, and even though I washed it, I have to be honest with you, it was sitting on a shelf in a store, and I don't know what it's been exposed to, and I will choose to peel it at least a little bit to take like the rough pieces off, simply because, see, I'm glad I'm peeling it because now I see that this piece is actually damaged. See, I don't want it. So let me cut that out because I don't want that piece. So ginger and everything pretty much is going to be cut up into chunks. Let me cut this a little bit more. So again, if you grew this yourself, and then there was a season when I did grow it myself, beautiful ginger, unless it came from my own garden, from my own growing, I don't know where it's been stored, how it's been stored. I don't know what it's been exposed to. So I'm going to peel it simply because of that. And I feel like washing sometimes is not enough. So I'm just going to peel it, and then I'm going to chop it into chunks, because the more surface area is exposed, the more nutrition or the beneficial enzymes and spice will be released into my fire cider. So I'm just rough chopping it. It doesn't have to be pretty. Trust me, it's not about the show. It's not about the looks. And everything is gonna go into this jar, just like this. And I'm just gonna be layering all of these beautiful ingredients, just like that, okay? Let me just keep on peeling and chopping them all up. So, like I said, right now, all I'm doing, I'm just working on ginger. All right, I'm gonna be working next on the hot peppers, and I think I should put some gloves on because I know myself, I'm asking for trouble. I'm asking for trouble without gloves. I know I will touch my face, I will accidentally touch my glasses, and next thing you know, I will be crying. So I'm gonna keep the seeds in. I'm gonna use a knife. I'm gonna keep the seeds in and everything in it. And again, I'm doing a rough chop, just like this. And it goes into the jar as well, right on top of the ginger. And you know what? Here's a story. You may say or ask me, Lilia, how much of each ingredient? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna say I don't know. This is a home remedy. This is a home remedy. You know, my Amish friends do this, Mennonites and so many other cultures who do this tonic, and they eyeballing it. I can testify to the fact that they eyeballing it, and I eyeball it as well. So I try to do pretty much even portions, everything, but if it's a little bit more of something and a little bit less of something else, it's gonna be just fine. It's gonna be just fine. So I'm just gonna chop up all these beautiful hot peppers, and oh my gosh, they are strong. It's already burning my eyes. Wow, they're strong. I can smell them, and they're burning my eyes and my throat already. So they're gonna go all in here. I'm just chopping all of these beautiful peppers that my friends shared with me. There's just something very special about homesteaders and other people, gardeners, to share your produce that you grow, because you may not need all of it, but guess what? Somebody may. So thank you, Bob. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing these beautiful vegetables with me. All right, and now I'm gonna be working on this orange root, which is called turmeric. And turmeric has an active ingredient called curcumin. And curcumin is a wonderful anti-inflammatory. It's a wonderful anti-inflammatory. And I believe that it should be part of every fire cider, or, you know, a tonic, some people call them. So all I'm doing, again, I'm peeling it because these are store-bought. And even though they came in a bag, I don't know how they were packaged, What rodent had a chance to run on top of them while they were sitting in some warehouse? I'm just speaking the truth. Trust me, guys. And again, I'm keeping my gloves on because they're already staining my gloves. So you can imagine what they would do to my hands. And I'm trying to keep my hands nice and pretty. All right, so I'm just peeling this off. Unfortunately, I have to lose these knobs, but it's okay. Again, if you are growing this yourself and you took it out of the soil, you washed them off, you use the brush or the back of the knife, you can just roughly peel it or don't peel it at all, you know, but I will be peeling it because they're store-bought. And again, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna roughly chop it as well. So some more surface area is exposed, so more active ingredient can infuse into my fire cider. So it's going to be many beautiful, spicy, colorful things in this fire cider. All right, this goes in the trash, and this I will be peeling. I mean chopping, that's what I meant to say, chopping. All right, let me chop this up, and it's also gonna go into my fire cider. My husband just noted that they look just like carrots, but I can tell you, they don't taste like carrots, that's for sure. All right, everything goes here into my jar. All right, the next thing I'm gonna be working on the onions, and I have beautiful red onion, and they can be sliced, they can be chopped. Really, there's no rhyme or reason or rule to this. It's whatever you like. So they're gonna go in there as well. All right, so all the onion goes in here as well, and my eyes are crying from this beautiful fresh onion. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be working on horseradish. And if you thought I was crying from onion, I will be crying now because fresh horseradish is super strong. It will clear all of your sinuses. So I'm going to be also doing a rough chop. It doesn't have to be anything perfect. And I'm using a big strong knife on purpose so I can do this quite fast. All right. All goes in here as well. Goodness gracious. All you guys go in here. And then let's do garlic. Let's do garlic. It's already peeled garlic. And again, I'm just gonna do a really rough chop to it. Nothing special, just a rough chop. Because we want that allicin to be released, the active ingredient, into a fire cider as well, just like this. Okay, and you guys go in here as well. All goes in here. Okay, all right, so the next thing I'm going to be working on are my herbs. And I have this beautiful fresh thyme. Look how gorgeous it is. Absolutely beautiful. I'm also gonna do a really rough chop. Actually, you know what? Let me grab scissors. I think scissors will work better. A very, very rough chop. If you don't have fresh, dried will work as well. I'm telling you, it's gonna work just as well. In the past, I used only dried because I didn't have fresh. But this season, I have so much of it that I'm gonna be using that. And again, I'm just roughly chopping it with stems and everything, no worries. And it's gonna go in here. Oh goodness, smells so good. Okay, and then let's bring out beautiful pile of oregano. Look how beautiful it is. It's a broadleaf oregano I have. Again, I'm gonna be taking my scissors and just roughly chopping it like this. Again, I want more surface area to be exposed, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much because it's gonna sit and do its thing in the jar as well. All right, go in here as well. And then I will take a couple of handfuls of my rose hips, just like this, big, generous handfuls. And it's gonna be a good source, good source also of vitamin C for my fire cider. Okay, tap everything in. And the last thing I will add are my lemons. And the reason why I'm putting in lemons last, because I want to keep my herbs from floating up. I want them to sit under the weight of the lemons. And I'm just dropping them right on top, okay? Just like this. Just like this. I'm gonna be putting them in. I try to use all of my ingredients organic. So once my body is already fighting some sort of a pathogen, infection, or virus, I don't want it to detoxify from pesticides at the same time. So I'm gonna keep those ingredients as organic as I can. All right, that's the last of it. You guys go in here, they will release their juice. All right, look how pretty. Look how pretty. I love it. Okay, so everything is in here. Let me clean up real quick and I will top everything off. Let me clean everything up here. Nice. When I make anything, I make so much mess. All right. Now, to this, I'm going to be topping everything off with my homemade raw apple cider with mother. Now, if you guys don't have that, of course, store-bought will work as well. And I'm just going to pour over so everything is covered. Some of the mother wants to go with it. All right. It's going to take me a minute just to fill up all the way. All the way. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just like this. Okay. So it's all in here. See how those bubbles are coming up? I don't know if you guys can see it. It's because it's settling between all of the layers. All right. I'm not going to stir it. I'm going to leave it just as is. It will penetrate everything. And I'm going to cover. Actually, you know what? Let me add a little bit. Let me add a little bit more because it's settled a little bit. Okay, that should be good. That should be good. And now I need to give it a cover. I'm gonna cover this so, trust me, those little bugs, little fruit flies, somehow find my fire cider. And they always try to get in. So I don't have a proper cover for this. This is a very old jar. And I'm gonna cover this, and that's pretty much it for the next 2 to 4 weeks. Look how beautiful. All of these beautiful colors in here. So my friends, this fire cider is gonna be infusing in vinegar for the next 2 to 4 weeks. I prefer 4 weeks. This is why it is so vitally important that we make this ahead of time and we are ready for the flu season. Thank God I still have a little bit left from last season that I can be using it right now. In 2 to 4 weeks, it's gonna sit on my counter and I'm just gonna throw a towel over because I like when it's sitting in the dark. If you have a cool place to put it, you can put it as well, but I don't like to put it in the fridge because I like how the room temperature expedites this infusion, okay? So it's gonna sit on my kitchen counter. I'm gonna throw a towel, 2 to 4 weeks. Well, like I said, 4 weeks for me. After 4 weeks, I'm gonna strain it, and all of these roots and herbs and lemons, they're all gonna go most likely to my chickens. Let them enjoy that. But the strained liquid is what left over. That is your fire cider. I will testify when I say it will be strong. It will be spicy. It will be very vinegary. It's going to be strong. It will wake up the dead. I promise you. But if you don't like that flavor, it's okay. we can fix it with honey. How much honey do I like to use? I will use lots and lots of honey. Whatever will be left over, I will measure the amount, and I will add the same amount, 1-to-1 ratio of raw honey. And I will mix it all, and that will be my fire cider, and we can use it for the season. Quick question you might ask me, and I'm sure it's coming. How much should I use it? As a preventative, I like to force my family, yes, that's the word I'm gonna use. I force my family to take about 1 shot, which is about 1 ounce every day, okay? As a preventative. But then if someone does get sick, we take 1 shot a day and then a tablespoon every hour or every couple of hours throughout the day to keep on supporting your immune system. So my friends, I hope you are encouraged to make this bad boy now before the flu season hits us. Beautiful fire cider. So I hope you are encouraged and try something new.